Thanks so much for stopping by. Let's go make something. To make my mini gnome, I'm using a baby sock and some scented bath salts from the Dollar Tree. To fill my sock, I just place it over the mouth of the bath salts, and then I fill it so that it's about 3/4 of the way full. I then use an elastic band to hold it all together. Once that's done, and for a little extra security, I like to cut the top and make a knot. To make the beard, I'm using a red pom-pom keychain from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to pull it apart. I cut a small V out of the palm, and then from there I just kept measuring it against my gnome to decide how big I wanted the beard to be. To attach it, I placed some hot glue on the body, and I left myself about an inch between the knot and the beard. You can use all types of things for noses. I'm going to use one of the larger glitter vase fillers for the nose on my gnome. I used some hot glue and I attached the nose into the center. For the hat, I'm using one of these furry Dollar Tree hats, but you can use anything you have on hand. I placed it around the head to get my measurement, and then I cut it away at an angle. When I was done, I turned my fabric inside out, I flattened it down, and then I cut it into a triangle. I still have it turned inside out, and now I'm hot gluing the two seams together. Now that my glue has cooled, I'm going to turn the hat back to the right side. With my hat ready, I'm gluing down the two tabs on the top, and then I'm slipping the hat over the gnome's head. Once I have it where I want it, I'm then using my glue gun and I'm securing it into place. I always attach the nose first, and then I glue down each of the sides and then the back. I really like using the scented bath salts when I'm making these because they smell so good when you're working on them. With everything in place, I'm folding the hat over to one side, and I'm using some of the Dollar Tree scatter hearts as an accent. I'm kind of flattening down the pointy end of the hat, and then I'm hot gluing on one of the hearts. I'm then adding some glue to the back of the hat. I'm matching up the hearts and I'm attaching them together. With my two hearts in place, I'm attaching two of the smaller pink hearts to give it a layered look. I thought I would add a bow to the hat, so I'm using some of the red and white gingham ribbon from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to make a simple bow. I trimmed off the ends, and then I glued it to the front of the hat. To give my bow a little more personality, I'm going to hot glue one of the red and the pink scatter hearts to the front. To give this little gnome a Valentine's overload, I'm going to use some of these foam accent hearts that I picked up at the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to attach them all over his hat. So the good part about these hearts are they are self-adhesive. The bad part, not so much fun trying to peel the backs off of them, but for sure, once you attach them in place, they're not going anywhere. I'm going to give my gnome a little set of feet, and I'm using one of the heart tags from the Dollar Tree along with my pink acrylic paint. With my heart dry, I'm adding on some hot glue, and then I'm attaching the two pieces together. If it's your first time stopping by, welcome. I'm Laurie, and I love to make different types of crafts for inside and outside of my home. I put out a weekly video, and once in a while, I even share a lifestyle video. If you like what you see, please give this video a thumbs up. It would mean so much to me, and it will really help out this video on my channel. I'm over on Instagram, so come on over and say hi, share your crafts. I always love to see what everyone is making. And so we can keep in touch, don't forget to click that little red subscribe button below. I'm making my Valentine minis today as part of a collab with my friend Corie from Crafted by Corie. She has an amazing channel with beautiful DIY projects, and she even hosts a weekly live. I'll link her channel below in my description so you can go on over and say hello. For my Tic Tac Toe Heart board, I'm using one of the 7-inch wooden Dollar Tree planks, and I'm cutting it in half so that it will be 3.5 inches. I found this wood value pack at the Dollar Tree. There were 3 of them there, and I only bought one because I didn't want to be greedy. There are so many different shapes and sizes of wood, and I'm going to use 4 of these little sticks that I found inside and 9 of these hearts. I pretty much eyeballed the length, about 2.5 inches, and I cut 2 of the sticks. If you don't have these type of wood pieces on hand, you can always cut a craft stick into thin pieces. I then cut my last 2 pieces about 2.5 inches as well. I'm using my STARBOND thick glue to attach them. It sets them up in about a minute, and I have a 10% off code below in my description in case you'd like to give this glue a try. Now that my board is all set, I'm going to make a base for it using 6 of the tumbling tower blocks from Dollar Tree, and I'm also going to use my STARBOND glue once again to attach them together. If you don't have these blocks on hand, not to worry, because adding the base is completely optional. Now that they're both complete, I'm going to give them a coat of white acrylic paint. While those are drying, I'm painting my wooden hearts, 4 pink, 4 gray, and I'm painting 1 red. With my hearts all painted and dried, I'm now going to add them to my board. This part is super easy. I'm once again using my STARBOND thick glue, and I'm attaching them into place. One of the fun parts of making this tic-tac-toe board is that you can choose any colors that you like, and then you can glue them down in any pattern. With my hearts all in place, I'm going to accent the base with this red and white Dollar Tree ribbon. I'm measuring it against the base, and then I'm cutting it to size, and I'm going to use my hot glue gun to attach it. Once the top was complete, I then added some ribbon to the bottom. And then to finish up, I added the ribbon accents to both of the sides. We're almost done with our project. I'm now going to use my hot glue gun, and I'm going to attach the hearts to the base. I decided about where I wanted to center it, and then using my hot glue gun, I just attached the 2 pieces together. To finish up my project, I made a simple bow out of the same ribbon, and I hot glued it to the top. To make my mini heart delivery truck, I'm using this little wooden truck I found at Michael's, and I'm giving it a coat of white acrylic paint. Once that's done, I'm then using some black acrylic paint to accent the tires. While my truck is drying, I'm going to use 6 of the tumbling blocks. I'm going to attach them together with my STARBOND glue, and I'm going to make a base that looks like a little road for the truck. I'm painting the block road gray, and I'm also painting one of the small rectangles from my wood value pack to mimic a windshield. I'm painting 2 of the small rectangles pink for license plates, along with 2 of the hearts as accents. I'm using the small black Dollar Tree stickers, and I'm going to attach the numbers 143 to both of the plates. My mother's favorite lighthouse here in Massachusetts was Minot Light, and it flashes 143, which are the same number of letters in I love you. It's nicknamed the most romantic light or the lover's light, and I just thought it would be a nice tribute to my mom to give the license plate 143. With all my pieces ready, I'm going to attach them to the truck, and I'm going to start with my windshield. I'm then adding my license plates on the front and the back. And to finish up, I'm gluing one of my pink hearts on each side. To add a little bling to my truck, I'm using these Dollar Tree heart stickers, and I'm going to place one in the center of each wheel. To finish up my project and send this little truck on its way to deliver some hearts, I'm using some of the Dollar Tree foam stickers that I used on my gnome. I'm sticking some in the bed of the truck. I'm not peeling off the backs, and this way I can reuse these hearts at a later time. For my XO house, I'm using one of these houses from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to leave the front as it is, and I'm going to turn it around and work on the back. I had already removed the stickers, and now I'm giving it a coat of white acrylic paint. With my paint dry, I'm going to trace one of these hearts in the center of the house, and if you don't have one on hand, you can always download one off the internet or just cut one out from a piece of cardboard. With my heart traced, I'm now going to use some red acrylic paint, and I'm going to fill in the center. I want to outline my heart, but I am just not good with a paintbrush, so I'm going to use my black Sharpie instead. I found these wood letters at my Dollar Tree, and I'm pulling out 2 X's and 2 O's. I'm keeping with my gray and pink theme, and I'm going to paint my X's gray and my O's in pink. With my heart outlined and my X's and O's painted, I'm going to attach them all together. To attach my letters, once again, I'm using my STARBOND thick glue, and I'm attaching them in a diagonal pattern. To finish up my XO house, I'm adding some of this black and white Dollar Tree gingham ribbon as an accent. I'm measuring the ribbon at an angle and cutting it to size. I'm then using my hot glue gun and attaching it in place. Once I'm done, I'm making a simple bow, and I'm attaching it in place to finish up my XO house. Thanks so much for stopping by. I hope you had fun making these mini Valentine projects with me. If you're new and you haven't yet subscribed and you think, hey, I'd like to come back and hang out with her again, don't forget to click that little red subscribe button below. Go over and say hello to Corie, and I will see you soon. Bye, everybody.